Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Meta Cafe, where we do your daily astrology, human design, and tarot with sexy Jason in the background. I love those red beads.
Thank you. They're from the place in Peru, like where they do ayahuasca.
Yeah. Everywhere in Peru.
A friend of mine is a shaman, and these are actual nuts, seeds, and they're red, and they're supposedly incredibly spiritual, blah 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 blah. I forget the name of them. They're called ayahuasca something. It's actually a hard name for me to produce. It's actually a hard name for me to say, and I have a decent command of certain languages. Anywho, one of the things they didn't tell me was don't shower with it on. So I was wearing them like prayer beads.
Why are you not supposed to wear them in the shower?
Because they're seeds.
Oh, and they'll sprout and grow?
On your neck. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, that's weird. What? Right? Right. Talk about life and what's born into what's encoded in life in that seed, So here is, I gave it a little warmth, I gave it a little water, moisture, and I'm sure I had enough dirt on me, So it cracks the outside shell off, and I'm like, that's weird. And then I see a little oh my God, it's growing. So anyway, there's that. And then of course there's the other one, which are actually real Buddha, ashram beads. Not that I've been to an ashram. Thank you, Roseanne. Yeah, I'm feeling titillating. Get it? Anyway.
Wrong show.
I'm sorry. I thought it was the Morning Menage Meta Cafe. No?
What I find hysterical, Jason, is that it's 11 o'clock where you are, and you're sitting in a robe. Oh, yeah. It is just a little after 8 o'clock my time, and I'm fully dressed, made up, and ready to go. What the heck is wrong with this picture?
There's nothing if you're a nudist. You're lucky you have fucking clothing on. I would scare That's not a joke. Janet, you know what? You think I'm joking. Okay. So you think it's funny, haha. Do you see this? This, my dear, is one of my many pieces of black fabric. And I wear this as a sarong or a toga most of the day when I'm home, freeballing. I hate clothing. I was a model. They used to make clothing on me. Hours standing there with them cutting and stitching.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Now, don't misunderstand me. It was $2.50 an hour. I'm just saying. So you're lucky I'm wearing clothing. What's wrong with this picture? I love it.
Well, good morning, everybody, for the second time. I know you're here for your daily astrology and tarot, and we will get to that. This is, of course, Friday. Finally, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So we have 3 days worth of things to go through. And today we start with the moon in the last few degrees of Scorpio. And remember, we have a new moon coming up this weekend, at least on the West Coast and in the Mountain Time. Sunday night is the new moon. For you guys from Central Time East, it is going to be on Monday morning, very early. So we're looking at the moon changing out of Scorpio and spending the whole of the weekend in the sign of Sagittarius, and because that's where the new moon is going to be. Well, we also have Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and Saturn all in Sagittarius. So the moon is going to be triggering one after another, several planets between at least Saturday and Sunday. So it could be a tricky kind of time, but it could also be a really good time for socializing and talking with one another, particularly because starting today, Mercury is conjunct Venus. Mercury in retrograde, back into Venus. And so this is a real sociable, sort of flirty time, a time where we're talking to one another. It may be frivolous kind of talk. I don't know that this is supportive of any real deep kind of talk, although that might come up to the surface and then get glossed over and go back down. So it'll be a good weekend, I think, if you have parties to go to, if you have, events. I have a 16th birthday party for my one of my granddaughters, and that'll be tomorrow, and it'll be perfect because it'll be right in the midst of all of this really good energy. Let's see, we move into Saturday. The moon is still in Sagittarius, but now we have the sun in a trine, a 90-degree or 120-degree relationship, a smooth and ease and flow of energy between the planet Uranus and the sun. This can make for very creative energy. It can make for sudden epiphanies or ahas. In other words, like shining the light instantly on something that maybe you've been working on in the background. A chance comment made by somebody that you know that opens up your world in some way. And so expect surprises along with some of the more sociable kinds of energies that are going on. Sunday, of course, new moon, not until the evening. If you are on the West Coast or the Mountain Time, it'll be 10:30 and 11:30 p.m. So we are still completing the moon's transit through Sagittarius. So my advice for the weekend, learn all your Sagittarius lessons because we are coming to the end of the, what? He's going to be naked. Oh, dear.
No,
Roseanne was a little afraid you were going to take it all off.
No,
she wanted you to take it all off. Whichever, Roseanne. That's kind of funny. Good morning, Jana. In fact, Jana, I needed to talk to you. I would love to have you come on Monday morning with us and to talk about the moon. So maybe contact me later after the show, after the video this morning. So all in all, you know what? I'm kind of happy with this weekend's energy. There's not, I mean, it's certainly anytime you have a lot of planets in one sign and the moon can be triggering different things for different people, there may be a tendency to become overly intellectualized. Try not to do that. If you're at a party, parties are meant to be fun. So let's not drag people through the wealth of knowledge that you hold in your mind. Or intellectualize the, people that are together and what's happening in the parties. Just play, just have fun, be creative, enjoy yourself. This isn't a bad weekend. Next week, things get serious quick when Saturn moves out of Sagittarius along with the sun and moves into Capricorn. Now it'll be time to put the pedal to the metal and be serious and structured, and we'll talk about that next week. But for now, go have some fun.
I like that.
Yep. What you got for me, Jason?
Who knows? I never know.
I know. That's the fun part about doing this, everybody, is that we never know. We never, ever know.
How lovely.
Whoa, that word is used and abused.
Yeah.
And we have the art card.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know that we've had that one in a very long time.
I'm only pulling one card for today, and let me tell you why. Oop, it says I have low battery. I'm pulling only one card because I have low battery. No. I'm pulling one card because this card has, it's a big card from the major arcana.
Yeah.
And art. It is the ultimate expression on earth of spirit. Remember, we do not communicate with words. The soul doesn't. So the people that are creating the images... This is somebody in this card has reached the state where they're not ascended. They haven't figured it all out, but they've activated all of their chakras, which allows them to be in the flow, which allows them to be creative, principle in physical form.
Yeah.
I am literally supporting everything you just said about the weekend. It is exactly a great time to be artsy. Artsy fartsy.
Artsy fartsy.
Or
to
as
hone
my
your craft.
like to say, fartsy. Fartsy. Fartsy, fartsy. Anyway, so the card is so beautiful because it doesn't bring up negativity. It doesn't bring up, oh, if you don't do this, you don't get that. It says, this is the energy you get to work with. And if that is open to you, I wonder what's going on in human design with it. Is it opening a creative channel? Because this card is very overreaching and overarching for the entire weekend, as I said, because of the magnitude of the card. If you need to be creative about your finances, I was going to say your taxes, about your finances, if you need to be creative, about, you know, your cooking, your clothing, your sex, your, you know,
gift buying,
whatever, you don't have a lot of money, and you need to somehow at least have something to bring to a party, something, blah, blah, blah. Hit me up. I'll give you 100 million different wonderful Christmas ideas.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. You asked about human design, and remember yesterday we talked about the gate 11, which is where the sun is, which is the gate of ideas, and the gate of light. It has a very strong connection to light, and so this is allowing more and more light through your DNA, right? Turning on the DNA, empowering the DNA if we took a microscope and we went down into the DNA strand, what we would see is that various components of the DNA are carrying varying frequencies of light. So bring more light, which begins with creative energy, opening up to the universe energy. It's kind of an interesting time because, you know, the moon is the new moon itself, which we'll talk about more on Monday perhaps, but the new moon itself is going to be sitting at the galactic center, and that brings the potential for a whole lot of creativity. So I kind of like the idea that the universe is bringing that powerful of a card to play here on Friday.
Battlestar Galactica.
Great show. Great show. So what else do we have for the weekend, or is that the only card you're going to pull?
That card is such a whopper. I'll pull two more, but it really talks about the energy of creativity, which is overarching. If you like, we can go Saturday. Saturday just says stop spinning your wheels, doing the same shit ridiculously and expecting a different result.
Whoa. Show the card. What card is that one?
I'm sorry, listen. I'm allowed to be bipolar and difficult on gloomy days. Look at how dreary. I mean, Janet, the sun can't even peek out.
Is there still snow?
Days we want to sit in front of one of those lamps, you know? Like, anyway.
It's dreary here, too. Oh, is that, what is that one?
The Wheel of Fortune.
Another major arcana card.
Wheel of Fortune, which is...
We're going to win the lottery this weekend?
More like spinning your wheels, doing the same thing in the same way you've always done is going to produce the same uninteresting result. So if you can use the fart card, especially...
Be creative?
Yeah, get out of your head. And then the last card, like Janet predicted. I mean, really, we're just mimicking each other. It's fucking ridiculous. Here we go. Boop.
The devil. The devil made me do it.
The devil. You see the big peeper in the foreground, and then he's got his little peeper, and you see he's half goat, half man, with a Kali-like structure, with his hands sort of chained, and that's the big dick card. One of them. It says, go out and party, please. Go out and party. Go out and party. Go out and have some fun. Be a pain in someone's ass. Make them get off the couch. Go for a walk, and, you know, if you're able to, if you're not housebound, God bless y'all. Get out, go do things. It's a jovial, light, wonderful, provocative weekend that can be creative. Just, if you get stuck and I'm not going to do anything, I'm lazy, or I will do it this way. And look, there is more than one way to roast a chicken. Try roasting a different chicken tonight.
I think it will be difficult for people to try to just sit still and do nothing this weekend. I think it is definitely a weekend to do something. Get your hands involved, get your senses involved. This will be we're in the waning energy of this Sagittarius. All these planets are going to be moving forward out of Sag next week and into Capricorn, where the world takes on a more serious look. So let's have a little bit of optimism and joviality this weekend. and be prepared for next week's change in the atmosphere.
And I'll be here to make you laugh.
Right. Don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget that human design tells us that we are born in joy, and that joy is our foundational energy. So if you're not experiencing joy, you're doing something wrong.
Ugh.
Incorrect.
Ugh.
Counter to your type, strategy, and authority. I know, I love it when you do that. Alrighty, well, I guess I'm done. I don't have anything else to say today. I think I'm talked out. Last night's radio show was really fascinating and interesting people on to talk to, and so much information that I'm almost punch drunk from it all.
Punch drunk.
Much intellectualizing yesterday.
Yes, it was fun. It was a great show. Both, I think, both of our shows this week were really good. Good energy, high energy. I'm really glad nobody called in to ask me to find their cat.
I think you scared them all away now.
You have noticed, though, I don't get any bitches calling like, when am I gonna get married? That's stopped. It has stopped. It's hysterical. Yeah.
I did notice that, but it's also a good thing because it forces people to look a little deeper, look within themselves and, get to a real juicy question and not just those little superficial ones. Although now I'm not poo-pooing the fact that people are out there wanting connection and looking for relationships. But when am I going to get married one? Yes, somebody did really, Michelle, ask him to help find his cat, their cat.
And
my
Michelle,
come home.
I can't remember the exact show it was. It was just a couple of weeks back, but Michelle, you will spit on yourself if you can find it. You'll listen. You'll hear a hesitation, a pause in my voice. Now, it doesn't usually happen. It happened to I'm going to hell. It happened to Janet last night where she took a deep breath because she was trying to put it together, and she went, do you remember the last night there was a lady who had a really black Afrocentric name? She called in, and you thought that perhaps I had spelled it wrong, and if I had been on Skype, I would have been like, no, it's right. It's like Aquanetta. It's like, but you had to hear Janet put it together in her head. She spelled out each letter methodically and then said it out loud, and the girl goes, pause. And Janet goes, okay. So I was peeing. My black friend, Rachel, I was on the buttons where we could just talk to each other. She was peeing on herself. I wish I remembered the name.
Oh, I do. Shanithia.
I know. Don't you want that should be the next Greek goddess name. Hello, my name is Shanithia.
And you see, it wasn't about her name. That wasn't the part that I was having trouble with. It's that I know everybody just about who's called in for readings before, especially if they're going to have a name like Shanithia. And so I was perplexed because she's saying that she's had a reading from me before, but I'm going, no, I don't have you in here. So that was why I was making sure that was her name, because I've had Shanikas, Shaquanas, Shananas.
Shanane. I love Roseanne. It's like I was hysterical listening to the stolen cat thing. Yeah, I mean, and you know what happened was she set me up as if she was going to talk about something. And she's like, and I'm really wondering, am I going to get this cat back?
And didn't she have like she had like an Italian or old Greek sounding voice, like she was old country looking for her cat?
No. I think this was an African American lady, black lady. But the other person who wanted me to decipher between what job her daughter should take, she was like right off the boat Italian with a heavy accent, have no idea why she was listening. And she just had one question.
Jason's battery died. I bet you anything, because he was too busy laughing and playing to go get his cord. So either he's running for the cord, and we'll come back in a moment, or let's see here. Maybe he'll call in on, we can't call in on FaceTime because he actually calls into the shows in the morning via his phone. So we'll wait for a minute. You know, in all fairness, you know, people have questions like the cat, or, you know, am I going to get married? And they, you know, to them it's serious, and serious enough that they're reaching out to somebody like Jason or to me to answer that question. It's our job to empower those kinds of people, or people with those questions, to find the answers themselves. And that's what we attempted to do, is to, you know, let people know, look, really, those are questions that you have to look within, right? If you're not seeing a relationship in your life, but you're staying in your house 24/7 and not going out, unless, you know, someone falls through the roof or walks to your door and decides to ring the bell, you're not going to find that. You know, you're not going to get that marriage proposal. So sometimes it cracks us up what happens, but you know, it's what happens to all of us when we get blinders on and we can't see that we can actually solve our own problems. So anyway, we're not making fun of people. It's just one of those kinds of questions that you get repeatedly sometimes that make you want to laugh. And the cat one was funny. All right, well, I guess Jason's not going to be able to make it back in, so I will bring this to a close. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Happy new moon. Jana, we'll see you on Monday morning with Jason and I. We'll talk about the new moon. I'll send you the link. We love you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.